Wait, what? I gotta wear a suit the day after tomorrow. What's going on?
Chill out. It's good news for you. Just close up the shop for the day. I'll send you the location online later.
Whoa, wait. This is way too sudden. At least tell me what's going on. And he hung up. My name is Daiki Kashiwagi. I'm 21, running a ramen shop I inherited from my parents. Calls me while I'm busy, and it's always something like this. My parents, yeah, they're the worst. The ramen shop that's been around since my late grandma's time was run by them up until recently. But once business started to tank, they shoved it all on me, forced me to take over. Thanks to that, I had to drop out of university, even though I was working my way through as a newspaper scholarship student. But honestly, they've been like this since I was a kid, so I don't even have the energy to rebel anymore. Is this really how my life's gonna be? 2 days later.
Thank you so much for today.
He's a bit rough around the edges, but please, take care of him.
No, I'm the one who should be thanking you. This is a wonderful opportunity.
Wait, what the heck is the situation? I was called to a fancy restaurant, and before I knew it, my parents were chatting it up with some strangers like it was a party. And the woman across from me, don't tell me this is an arranged marriage? Hold on, Dad. Explain what's going on here.
Isn't it obvious? It's a matchmaking meeting for you.
This gentleman is Nishino, a major landowner who owns the land around your shop. He's also the CEO of a large construction company.
All the more reason for me not to get it. Why would someone so important be interested in a matchmaking meeting with us?
Actually, your mom and I, we kinda borrowed some money.
What? Again?
We started a new company, but you know how it is. Profits don't come easy. The debt just kept growing, and now we owe $50,000.
$50,000?
If things keep going like this, we'll have to declare bankruptcy and end up on the street. And that beloved ramen shop of ours will have to be sold off too.
No way.
But that's where Nishino comes in with a wonderful proposal.
His daughter, Azusa Nishino, will marry you, and in exchange, he'll give us $50,000 as a dowry to settle our debt. So you just have to marry her. Simple, right?
So, I'm just a pawn to pay off their debt. What about my human rights? My life is over. But what about Azusa? Does she even agree to this? It's all so sudden, and I think it's only fair to hear what she has to say.
That's...
There's no need for her to think about it. She's plain, unremarkable, and lacks charm. Honestly, I should be thanking you for taking her off my hands.
Hey, you can't just talk about her like that.
Please, don't mind him. I may be a bit shy and reserved, but I'm really happy to meet you, Daiki.
Azusa. At first, I was too stunned by her appearance to say anything. However, seeing her hold her ground despite it all, I felt like I couldn't just leave her hanging. Alright, I'll accept this arrangement.
Oh. I like that bold decision-making.
That's what you wanted, right? Then go ahead and make the arrangements.
Ha ha ha, you've got more guts than I expected. Very well, I'll prepare a house for you two to live in. Before you officially register your marriage, you can live together there to see how well you get along.
Thank you for your generosity.
Daiki.
I actually agreed to it. A few days later, Azusa and I started living together in a house prepared by Mr. Nishino.
I'm really sorry. To think you'd have to marry a woman like me. I mean, once things have settled down, we can always dissolve this arrangement.
Huh?
My father, he's worried about me. I look like this and I'm gloomy by nature. No one would ever like me. The only way I could ever get married is by taking advantage of someone's weakness, so...
Azusa, don't underestimate me. Sure, I've spent my life following my parents' orders. But every choice I made was something I decided for myself. That includes this decision to take responsibility for you. I know it's a complicated situation, but I'll take care of you until the end. Of course, I'm worried about your physical and mental well-being too. That's why we'll work together to gradually improve things. I'm sure you'll feel more positive as we go along.
Thank you so much.
No matter how it all started, I look forward to being with you from now on, Azusa.
Yeah.
From that day, my life with Azusa began. Azusa had been working as an office assistant at Mr. Nishino's company, but she quit to focus on supporting me. Since then, she's been helping me at my ramen shop. Don't push yourself too hard, that's heavy.
I'm fine.
She's always giving it her all, handling office work and helping with the shop. Honestly, she's amazing.
Good morning, Daiki. I made breakfast.
This early? I have to prep for the shop every morning, so you didn't have to do this.
I wanted to. I'll be out for a jog before we open.
Day by day, Azusa became more proactive. She was different from when we first met, more confident and self-assured. 6 months later.
Thank you for waiting.
Oh, thanks. You're one stunning lady, sis.
Huh? Now that I think about it, Azusa looks like a completely different person. Before, she'd be eating to deal with the stress from her self-doubt. But with her environment and mindset changing, she slimmed down and became a truly beautiful woman. And from the beginning, Azusa had always been good at noticing the needs of others. She supported me when I overworked myself running the ramen shop. Alright, let's break for lunch.
Yes.
The ramen shop my parents nearly drove into the ground was now thriving thanks to Azusa's support. I just hope nothing happens to ruin this peaceful life.
Oh, Daiki, you're looking good.
Just after closing time, my parents showed up for the first time in half a year. Dad, you're here to ask for money again, aren't you?
We came to check on you, but wow, the shop's doing great. This is wonderful.
Yeah. Looks like business is booming. You must have some extra cash lying around, huh?
So it is about money. I thought Mr. Nishino's support cleared all your debts.
Well, our new venture still hasn't taken off. And hey, aren't you about to marry Mr. Nishino's daughter? You'll be getting a wedding gift, right? Share some of that with us.
What the hell are you talking about?
Oh, come on. You're taking in that ugly daughter of his, so you deserve a big reward.
What did you just say?
Huh? I said you deserve a big reward.
No, before that, you called Azusa ugly, didn't you?
Huh? Well, Yeah, isn't she?
Oh, don't tell me you're actually getting attached to her just because you're living together. You've got weird taste.
Get out. I'm not giving you a single dollar. Get the hell out of here.
Whoa.
Hey, Daiki! What's gotten into you all of a sudden?
What kind of man stays silent when someone insults the person he loves? Don't you dare come back.
Daiki.
I don't know why, but for some reason, I could always ignore the insults thrown at me. But when it came to her, I couldn't let it slide. And that's how I stood up to my parents for the first time in my life.
Hey, Daiki, I heard from a regular customer that your parents stopped by.
Yeah,
Daiki, you got angry at your parents, didn't you? That's the first time you've done that, right?
yeah, it is. But they disrespected you, and I just couldn't hold it in. You always worry about me. You're kind, you support me all the time. I realized something after meeting you. I want to work hard and give my all for the one who truly cares about me.
Hey, you know, when I was in elementary school, you actually helped me out once.
Huh? I did?
Back when your grandma was still running the ramen shop, my parents got divorced. I was feeling down and wandered off, getting myself lost. That's when you found me and took me to your family's shop. While I waited for someone to come pick me up, I ate your grandmother's ramen, and it was the most delicious thing I'd ever tasted.
I didn't know that. Sorry, I don't really remember it.
It's okay. It was a long time ago. What I really wanted to say is that, just like you were kind to me and everyone else, I want you to be kind to yourself too, Daiki.
Azusa, thanks. After that, my parents kept calling me nonstop, but I never answered. Eventually, I blocked their number.
Damn it. Daiki's ignoring us. Who does he think he is, turning his back on his parents just because he's got a woman now?
This is bad, honey. If we don't pay by next week...
I know that. Desperate times call for desperate measures.
A few nights later, a suspicious figure crept up to the ramen shop after closing.
A kid's money is also a parent's money. No need to ask permission. I'll just take it. Alright, it's unlocked. All I have to do now is...
Go inside and do what exactly?
Daiki?
What the hell? Why are you here?
I figured you'd pull something like this after I stood up to you, so I hired a detective to track your movements.
A detective?
Yep, got a report this afternoon saying you two bought a crowbar at a home improvement store. You're not exactly known for DIY projects, so I figured something was up.
That's just because you wouldn't listen to us.
Yeah, if you had just helped us, we wouldn't have had to do this.
If that's how you want to play it, then I'm disowning you. I won't let you two get married. No way you're getting that marriage registered.
You're living together like it's official, but it's not. You'll be a laughingstock unless you do as we say.
This conversation is over. Azusa and I have already registered our marriage.
Huh?
That's right, and I don't need parental consent to get married. But, well, I couldn't think of anyone to ask to be a witness, so I ended up asking Nishino-san and his sister to help out.
And that's how it is.
Mr. Nishino? And, who's that next to you?
Nice to see you again. I'm Nishino. No, I'm now Azusa Kashiwagi.
What? Azusa?
Good grief. How much more do you plan to leech off your son before you're satisfied? I heard everything from him and decided I'd have my say as well. Do you even understand why I proposed this marriage in the first place?
Wasn't it to marry off your daughter to someone convenient?
It was to rescue Daiki from you two.
What?
Your behavior is well known in the neighborhood, you know. As a landowner, I've heard plenty. I watched my daughter do nothing while she pined for Daiki, so I decided to step in.
But I'd gained so much weight by then.
You knew from the background check that Daiki wasn't the kind of man to judge someone based on looks. I even tested him during the matchmaking meeting, and he surpassed my expectations.
So that whole meeting was a setup, huh? That cold, heartless act Mr. Nishino put on during the matchmaking was just his way of testing my character. And apparently, it was also his awkward way of encouraging his daughter to take a step forward.
My mom had an affair when I was younger. She left me behind to be with another man. That's probably why I've never been able to feel confident about myself. I drowned my loneliness in food, and before I knew it, I'd become this ugly version of myself. But Daiki accepted me as I was. And now, you're trying to use him? Stop it!
We didn't mean it like that this time. It's different this time.
Mom, Dad, I'm grateful you gave birth to me and raised me, but that doesn't mean I'm going to keep sacrificing my life for you two. I used to tell myself they're family and put up with it like a fool, but watching Azusa and Nishino-san, I've realized that family isn't about blood. It's about people who truly care for each other, no matter how clumsy their love might be.
But we really do love you, son.
I don't believe that anymore, because now I know what it's like to be truly loved by someone.
But we're family. You're okay with letting your family suffer? Debt is a shared responsibility. If we pay it off now, it'll save you from more trouble down the line.
Just to be clear, how much debt are we talking about here?
Well, in total it's about $100,000.
Unbelievable. How did it even get that bad?
We were this close to making it big. Come on, work with us one last time.
Sorry, but why would I be responsible for the debt you two racked up?
Huh?
Look, a kid isn't responsible for paying off their parents' debts. The only reason I was covering it until now was because I felt like I owed you guys something.
Well, then you're still trying to pay us back, right?
Nope. The second you disrespected Azusa, I was done. And on top of that, you messed with the shop Grandma left behind. There's no way I'm forgiving that. It ticks me off that they messed with the shop, but having clear evidence like this makes things simple.
Evidence?
Yeah, I called the cops right when you guys showed up. They should be here any minute. If I'm pressing charges, it'd be for property damage or something like that.
What? The cops? No way, you're bluffing.
Right then, the distant sound of police sirens echoed closer and closer.
How could you do this to your own parents?
No! Daiki! What are you just standing there for? Help me! I'm your family, aren't I?
Sorry, but my family is Azusa and President Nishino. Goodbye, blood-related strangers.
No,
Just like that, my parents were taken away in cuffs. In the end, my parents were charged with property damage thanks to the crowbar they had, the broken window, and the footage from the security cameras we'd installed. They ended up with a hefty fine. Their business? Total bankruptcy. They had racked up debts all over the place. To prevent any future nonsense, President Nishino, my father-in-law, bought up all their debt contracts. So now, my parents officially owe him $100,000.
If they ever mess with my son Daiki again, I'll snuff them out myself.
You're way too reliable. It's terrifying. Last I heard, my parents were working and living at one of the factories run by my father-in-law.
You think this is a joke? This is critical work that builds the company's products. Burn your heart out if you have to, but keep working.
Pretty sure I won't be seeing them until they pay it all off. Meanwhile, I married Azusa, and the next year, we were blessed with a child.
Let's build a warm, loving home together.
Yeah, I promise. You don't get to choose how you're born, but you can always choose how you live. You'll never know who you'll meet in life.